What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we're back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate you guys. And like I told you in the last video, I'm trying to break out the four walls of the office and do some more, get you guys out there with me that do some, different things. And today, we didn't stray too far. We're just downstairs in my kitchen. But there's a project I want to work on. Something I've really been wanting to do, but I was kind of scared to. And I finally said, you know what? Let's just try it. What's the worst that can happen? And what that is going to be is I'm going to be taking my Mizuno Wave Rider 10s in the Sashiko color, and I'm actually going to be, dyeing them indigo. Now, the reason I got this whole idea is because back when these released, back in, I think it was in Asia when they released, in Japan maybe more specifically, they took the Wave Rider Beta, the corresponding sneaker in this particular pack, and they did a traditional indigo dye. Now, I don't have true indigo dye, but you know what? I got the RIT dye here, it's an indigo color, and I figured, you know what? Let's try it, and you know what? What's the worst that can happen? So, guys, stay tuned, grab a snack. This hopefully won't be too long. I'm going to speed it up a bit, but let's see how it turns out. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I did here was go to the RIT website, and they give you a nice breakdown of all instructions to go ahead and get the dye process started. First things first is to determine how much dye is needed. It looks like 1 bottle for every 2 pounds of dry fabric. So I don't have a scale. I guess I'm failing myself here. So with the shoe, or I guess a pair of shoes, I would assume that 1 bottle should do the trick, and we can always add more, I guess. So we'll try that out. Alright, so the next thing we need to do, it says before dyeing, remove any visible stains on a garment. This will help achieve uniform color results when dyeing, so pre-wash in warm soapy water without any fabric softener. Well, these don't have, you guys can see them right here. I haven't worn these a ton yet, so there's not a lot of anything on them, which is nice. I mean, maybe the outsole just for walking when I'm not worried about really dyeing the outsole. But you guys can see these are pretty darn clean right now. So what I'm going to do is just run some warm water on them, take the laces out real fast, and then I guess we'll go from there. So let's see what we got. Alright, so you saw me put our gloves on. We want to make sure we don't have blue hands by the time we're done here. But looks like the next thing we need to do is to fill a stainless steel pot with enough water for the fabric to move freely. And then, alright, let's start there then. So let me get the pot here. So let's do that. So, bunch of noise, but this is our pot. This is the one that my wife usually uses to steam tamales in. So I hope it comes back in the same condition where it started, because she's going to need this later. Alright, so that water is filling up. I hope you guys can hear me over the water. I didn't realize I have the mic so close. But anywho, it looks like we're supposed to be adding 1 cup of salt when dyeing fabrics containing cotton, which shoe has cotton. And then 1 cup of vinegar when dyeing fabrics containing nylon, which I'm sure there's some nylon pieces in here as well. So we're going to get those together and add those into the water as well. We'll go from there. And then also 1 teaspoon of dish detergent to help promote the dyeing, or a better level of dyeing, I should say. Alright, so we got all our ingredients in there. Well, almost. We got the salt, we got the vinegar, we got the soap. Got those 3 things in there. Looks like now we need to get the water going just below boiling, around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're gonna get these bad boy on the stove and go from there. Alright guys, so you saw we just got the water on the stove. Now we're trying to heat that up. It is a lot of water, so it may take a little bit. So we're going to basically be playing a waiting game now. So we're going to keep eye on it, keep measuring the temperature, get to that 200-degree mark, and when we get there, looks like we're going to be adding the dye at that point. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start with 1 bottle of dye and go from there. See what that looks like. I think there's a test to see how dark it is. So we do have 2 bottles, and then we also have the color stay as well. So it may be a bit of a long process, longer than I thought actually. So we'll get into it here. I don't know why I started this at night. Should have done this during the day, but hey, you know what? We're here now, so let's go ahead and wait. All right, so it looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while. Just checked the temperature is like 130. I need 70 more degrees, so I guess the only logical thing now is to, well, make some coffee. You know, I love blueberry. This is from good old H-E-B here, Blueberry Bliss. Love this stuff. Need a cup, that's important. Gotta go with the in-game cup. Now we just wait for the coffee to be made now. All right, guys, coffee's done. Now I got something to sip on while we wait, and yeah, should be here soon. So we'll be back in just a minute. All right, guys. So the temperature's about 195 right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding our dye. It's at about 200. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this at a lower simmer here. We don't want it to boil because we don't want the shoe to come apart, the glue, of course. And yeah, let's go ahead and add that dye now. Okay, let's go ahead and okay, so we got the right shoe first. All right, it's going on in. So there we go. Gosh, dog, I gotta find something to keep this sucker down, huh? Like I said, I'm not so worried about the outsole so much. I just want to make sure I can get the insole and oh man, not the insole, geez, the upper and the midsole in. There we go. To keep the sucker down. There we go. So quick update. I was able to get both shoes in there. So we're in here. Look at that. We got both in here. Now the left shoe's gonna have to stay in there for about 2 or 3 minutes longer. But we got both in there so far, guys. And I'm pretty excited about this. I got a little sneak peek of what they look like so far. Pretty solid. I'm pretty excited about this. So again, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. All right, so let's take a sneak peek so far. See what we're working with. Pretty. Okay, all right. Just gotta dry these sucker off because they're gonna come out real dark. Okay, you guys, oh, you guys can't even see. Look, this is what we're working with so far. Hot, 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 hot. Kind of sneak peek. I'm sorry, that's probably the crappiest way to see it, but don't worry. We're gonna get them out of here in just a few minutes. We got about 6-7 minutes and we're gonna pull these bad boys out so you guys can get a real, there we go, look, kind of look there so far. All right, so the timer just went up. You can't see my face. Oh, there we go. All right, so the timer just went off, guys, and I am going to pull the shoes out now, put them in the sink and start rinsing them down. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna throw the laces into that coloring so that we can get the laces turned as well. So let's go ahead and do that now. We got one shoe there. You can see that one. And gotta clean my mess up. Good God, I gotta clean my mess up. All right, things going on here. Whew. All right, there we go. So, all right, got the shoes. You guys can see again, sneak peek. Whew. Suckers are hot. This tone is super heavy right now. Ooh, this is what we're working with here. I like this so far. This is really good. So we're gonna rinse them off now and get some of the excess color off. And while we do that, we're gonna again throw the laces in the pot as well. So I'll be right back again. I'm just again rinsing the sneakers off just to get the excess color off. And man, all right. Man, you can tell they were hot though, because the foam is super soft. I'm just glad there's no separation, thank goodness. Didn't want to mess them up, so we're just gonna keep on going. So basically we get a clear runoff. Want a clear runoff. That's how we know everything is all good to go. And then from there, just gotta let these bad boys dry. Alright guys, so this is what we got so far. They need to dry off, but I love the way this looks. It almost reminds me of like a nice dark pair of denim. But I love how that indigo took on the top portion of that canvas here. I like how on the synthetic material we got this almost kind of like spotty look. Almost reminds me like a kind of a tie-dye look. I love how that came out. I mean, again, they're still wet. We gotta let them sit and dry. We got a faint indigo that took on the midsole here. Again, I didn't expect that to take as much because, again, I didn't get the synthetic. I was more concerned about the material, so I did just the material dye or the regular dye all-purpose. But it came out good, man. Look at that Mizuno logo, got nice and blue. Man, I like these a lot, man. That heel, oh, it even dyed the jewel in the back, so that was actually really cool. These are awesome. I love the way it looks. I love how, again, it's not perfect because it has more of a natural look to it. So over time, these are gonna look great, getting a little beat up. I almost want to get like a Dremel and kind of distress it a little bit more like these edges here. But yeah, we're gonna let it dry and then we'll circle back and of course see what we got. Alright guys, so we saw the process from start to finish, and I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about the outcome. Now this was my first time doing a dip dye process, and I've seen it before, other creators, other customizers doing it, but I was actually looking at AD Sneaks. I was talking to Andy, and he did a couple, and really got interested. I was like, you know what, I want to actually try it myself, so I got to talk with him and how he did it, and I said, you know what, let's jump into it, and well, you saw what happened next. We made a whole video about it. And I really have to say, I think this first go around, I picked the perfect shoe because the end result, again, I think it came out great, especially for a first time dyer or customizer, whatever you want to call it. And here it is, I guess an unveiling for you guys. My indigo Sashiko Mizuno Wave Rider 10. And guys, I love how this came out. Now, there are a couple things I would love to try differently next time, like get in a bigger pot first of all, because there's one spot on the rear of the sneaker, you can tell it was sitting up against the pot a little bit. Got a little bit of a little blemish there, but again, it's the back of the sneaker, no one's looking at that. But it's something I know next time I'm gonna get a little bit bigger of a pot or bowl, whatever I'm gonna use, just to make sure the shoe's kind of free floating in there. But I really like what this did. I love the different layers of materials that were used because it took in the colors very differently. So like the canvas, that's the majority of the sneaker, got this nice deep indigo color. You're gonna have kind of that coated leather up front that took it in very differently as well. Almost has this pattern on it, kind of this kind of splotchy type look, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it just kind of dried on there. You're going to have the more, I guess, rugged canvas on the back, came out more of kind of a lighter blue color. It just came out good. And some of the things I didn't realize were gonna get dyed as well. The wave plate kind of got dyed this really light indigo, which looks really good, really like a nice addition to the shoe. But also the jewel on the back that has the branding got dyed as well. That, again, pieces I didn't realize were gonna get dyed. They did, and they came out great. Again, I did do the laces. They came out to a lighter indigo color, which again sits perfectly on top of this sneaker. Gives you all this different contrast. Besides all the different material patterns, the different colors that just really took in were differently as well. I think it came out perfect. And again, there's some things I would change for the next shoe I do, which I think I have an idea which one I'm gonna do next, but you guys stay tuned for that. But this was fun. This is something different. I didn't have to go buy a shoe, do a review, which again, reviews are still gonna happen, but this was something I get to take and have fun with, something I own already and really enjoy a sneaker that's already in the collection and just do something different, change it up. And I really, really do like what I did here. Again, that indigo just went very well with the Sashiko pattern, the patchwork they did here. So I like it. And this is definitely something you guys should try. Check out the video. Again, this is the first time doing it. So if you're a first timer, follow the video. I mean, very simple. Just try it out. I think it's really cool. I would say if you're kind of iffy about it, try a shoe that maybe you don't mind messing up just in case anything did happen. But it's fun. It was something different. We haven't done this before ever, and I really did enjoy it. And honestly, this shoe, I liked it before, but this indigo color brings it to a whole different life for me, and I like it even more. So Mizuno, if you guys see this, I think you need to re-release this one in the indigo colorway. You know, professionals doing the coloring. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is a great look. And you guys let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Did it come out good? Did it come out crappy? Let me know down below. Give me your experiences as well when it comes to dip dyeing. But let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, guys. See ya.